All right. So, sorry. Finishing my dinner a little bit. Welcome to Thursday's Thoughts. I got a little grease on my lips, you know. Actually, it's not grease, it's oil. I think it's olive oil, which is like very healthy considering all the types of oils you can have. This evening, or this day, or whatever time it is that you're watching this, I wanted to share with you guys our Thursday's thoughts. And my Thursday's thoughts center on the efforts that we go through, and I want to talk about 5 of them, 5 things that we do as parents to try to hold on to what we used to be in yesteryear. I hit 30 recently, and there's a lot of stuff that we do to try to make sure we keep it on our grind. One of those things that I do, I actually try to do this every morning when I take a shower, is when I hit the shower, I like to get clean, obviously, but what I like to do is I actually like to take a cold shower. Now, we live in a hot place. It's Hawaii, but what I mean by a cold shower is I get in, and if I'm too weak to do the whole cold shower, then what I'll do is I'll take a deep breath, and then I'll turn that joker off with the hot water and turn straight up cold water on after having, washed with hot water, and then rinse with the cold water. And rinsing with the cold water basically it just wakes me up. It keeps me going, and like all my blood is flowing, and I'm ready to go for the day. And I mean, let's face it, really every day with kids and life and stress is like a cold shower anyway. So for me, that's what I like to do. One of the things that just keeps me going is obviously kind of throwing that wrench into my day. And so that's the first thing is and I don't know if that's something we do as parents, but that's just something I do personally. So I want to share that with you guys, that cold showers are good. Cold showers can help. They at least wake me up and get me going. And I actually used to take cold showers even when I was in Ukraine. I was there for almost 2 years. And they actually, in the summertime and sometimes in the winter, depending on which building or which region you lived in, they just turned off the hot water for like the whole neighborhood. And so you had no choice but to take a cold shower, which was kind of rough stuff. But that's when I first kind of got into my head, hey, cold showers aren't that bad. I would go to the beach and it's not hot water, so that works out. One of the things, or another thing, let's call this number 2. And number 2 thing that I feel like we need to do, we try to do a lot, and that is eating healthy food. You want to make sure you got some stuff in front of you that's got some color to it. Basically, the way my wife has conditioned me is that if it's multicolored, it's probably good for you. So just eat that stuff. Mix it up. What we do in Hawaii is we mix it with a little rice, and then we just munch it down. So eating healthy, I think, is something not only that we try to do, but I think it's something that is actually within our control. Despite how old we get or how wrinkly we might. I think I'm getting some wrinkles actually right here in my eyes. We call the crow feet thing. I'm not sure. But despite all of that, one of the things that we do have within our control is eating healthy. So you don't need to compromise. Just because your kids wants you to buy the hot dogs and the mac and cheese and stuff like that, you don't have to succumb to them. We do not have to succumb to them. We can make them eat healthy stuff. And to be honest, my kids actually really like the healthy stuff. Constance, we call her conejita, which is a Spanish word for little rabbit, because she seriously will eat raw carrots out the yin yang, and she eats lettuce. And Lincoln not so much, but we're working on him, so we're trying to make him do some stuff. Another thing I think we I don't know, we try, but I think it's very important, and that is keeping our health together physically. So it's good to work out. And when you get in a workout, you can do this at home, like I do, or you could do it at a gym, depending on what your finances are, what your time constraints are. You can go down the street to the gym, get a workout in the morning, get a workout in the evening. But working out is very good for us because it keeps our heart healthy. They say that heart disease, especially for males, is one of the top killers, the murderers, so to speak, of American males. And so keeping your heart rate up and whether it's the cold shower in the morning at first, but later on, getting in a nice good workout. However you work out, or whatever works for you is I think that it's good for us. But it's one of the ways we try to hold on to to our youth, especially as parents. That was number 3, so I'm not numbering these very well. Number 4 is very important, and that is meditation. Meditation, you have got to, if you want to do this after you work out, great. If you want to do it before you work out or during the process, get down, think of Buddha, and meditate. Just some time with you. You don't need anybody else. I mean, Buddha, or whatever is whatever flavor of the day it is for you. I think that it's important to have some you time. So meditation, I don't do this actually as much as I think I should, but meditating, I think, gives me some time alone to just sometimes think, but a lot of times just not even think, just get it all out. One of the ways that I've done this is whenever I use the car to drive to work or to run errands, I get stuck in traffic, and most of the time I'm listening to like NPR or local talk radio. Sometimes, occasionally, I'll listen to music, but I realize that if I just turn the radio off or turn my music off, then I'm able to just have some silence, which is like extremely therapeutic. You don't have to sit around with Buddha in your living room or at the beach, which is peaceful, by the way. In Hawaii, there's there's a big trend everywhere with hot yoga, but that's a different story. I ain't even done that yet, but if I do, I'll let you know. But there's a trend that's going on where you do yoga and meditation on top of surfboards in a cove, so there's no waves or anything, but you're on the surfboards, I guess on the longboard, and they have like LEDs under it, and as the light's going down or the sun's going down, it's really pretty. And that's basically all I've seen. I haven't done it, so I don't know if it's actually therapeutic. But meditation is good. One of the things I think that we can stay grounded with, and this is my final tip or final thing that we can do as parents, or that we maybe try to do, and that is reading books. Reading books allows us to, in a sense, escape the reality, but also to educate ourselves. Whether we're reading Roald Dahl or whether we're reading 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, or whether we're reading a novel or catching up on our youth because we missed the Harry Potter series, or whatever it is, reading is a really fun way to reconnect with our inner child, but also to educate ourselves. And I think educating ourselves is kind of the utmost importance, because as we go and we continue to, as our children continue to grow and we continue to grow and the world keeps passing us by, we're on this axis and the world spins every day and nothing we can do to stop it, so do the industries, the companies, there's debate about the education system, but education in and of itself, the things that are happening, that are occurring, technological advances in science, those, because of very talented and intellectual scientists and people in those fields, those are still moving forward. So it's important for us to educate ourselves, and I think reading books is a cool way to do that. So whether you sit down and do that at home, or at a Starbucks, or in the library, or if you listen to audiobooks. One of the cool things I used to do, I had this crazy summer job. I was helping a friend whose business, they contracted school districts and in some cases universities, and they brought in the materials to build a stadium, like the seats for football stadiums and soccer stadiums and baseball and stuff like that. So we were doing a job. It was super hot, so we decided to do it at nighttime, and it was about 45 minutes away from my house. And so I would drive down as it was getting dark. We would go down at midnight. And so we would work from midnight until sunup because it wasn't hot. And as I would drive down, I rented a bunch of, or checked out a bunch of audiobooks. And that way I haven't really had the time to read. But if you don't have the time to read, an audiobook is a super effective and efficient way to read. If you're not going to meditate in the car, you listen to something that's useful instead of your favorite country station or your favorite hip-hop station or whatever it is that you listen to. Educate yourself. Read a book. Have a book read to you. And I think that's probably about it. These are the 5 things that I'm doing to try to hang on to my to my youth, despite being an old old man, an old father. So if you like them, great. If you don't, maybe you can add to the list. Maybe put one of those down in the comments. If you haven't done so, you can subscribe here on YouTube. We're the Perms. In the meantime, have a good day, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Shoots.